EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Rams team as they enter play. An early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple little details, standout performances, big plays.
There he goes, left side. Ray McLeod. Touchdown, 49ers. From one end zone to the other, 101 yards. And the 49ers are on the board first on the road here in L.A. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Ready. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Stafford's throw here, holding by Cup. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 47. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that #1 spot.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Niners offense set to go to work, and it's last year's revelation, Brock Purdy, who leads them out in season number 2 from Iowa State.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The Niners had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And right now they're probably asking, hey, who did we offend in the scheduling office? Back-to-back road games to start the season.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll bet someone called the league office to protest, but sometimes it just shakes out that way. But if they can get out of this with a split, knowing they'll get those home games later in the season, it could be quite an advantage for them if they take care of business now.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here. That's caught downfield by Kittle. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. First down, here's Mitchell. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
19 yards that time for number 19. Mitchell will get into the end zone for a 49er touchdown. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Now Moody for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's Purdy. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Samuel with a catch, and he's still the gold standard for receivers getting work out of the backfield, even if his numbers fell in 2022. Most yards, carries among NFL receivers, over 850 total yards for him in 2022. Not too shabby since he only played in 13 games.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
2nd down and 4. Purdy from the gun. And this one is incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. That is caught. He's got the 1st down and more. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on 3rd downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Mitchell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Mitchell again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. 3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. They'll try to run with Mitchell. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Elijah Mitchell. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point try now for Moody. And it is now 21-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Second and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
All right, boys, here we go.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Ready.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second down and 3. Here's Stafford. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Stafford. Throw left side, complete. That's Elliott. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Well, this offense and Elijah Mitchell coming back onto the field now. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the second time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good return for the guy. You know where I'm
Fantasy.
going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
More. You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You know,
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game. I enjoy watching
You're an
you do
analyst.
it.
You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Are things looking much rosier for them here in week 2? They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 11 yards for number 11. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Purdy. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, there you go, Charles. His first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
Moody good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Mitch Wishnowsky to kick off for San Francisco.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Running room at the 50. Look out. He might score. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. was a running back, Elijah Mitchell, who stood out in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. Both of these coaching staffs feverishly making their final plans for the second half. One of these 2 teams is going to get their first win. And for the call, let's kick it back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Elliott running right. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Deebo Samuel and the 49ers back in possession here. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 57 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Purdy. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up 1st downs.
Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's Stafford.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit.
It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Oren Burks.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Now Moody for the PAT.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Stafford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick six. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stafford. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. To throw is Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Stafford now to throw. His throw incomplete. Now defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And this offense on 3rd down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Back to Elliott, and he's got it again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Stafford looks to throw again. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Diamador Lenore. And the 49ers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Holding offense.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
2nd and 7. Right back to Mitchell here.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
Let's go, man. Come on, baby. Get him going, baby. Let's go. They got to walk that walk, baby. Let's go now.
A give here to Mitchell.
And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
Bust through the tackle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Davis-Price on 1st and 10.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the 49ers,